The subject is the nominal cause and the personal God. When one creates many, that one is called the nominal cause, and when many is created from one, that many is called the phenomenal effect. We may say falsehood is the nominal cause of all social crimes. Here, social crime are the phenomenal effects and falsehood is the nominal cause. Whatever we see in this universe, there is an apparent nominal cause. We see so many milk products. Milk is the nominal cause. Milk is the apparent nominal cause. That is, it is not the supreme nominal entity. And above all, so-called apparent nominal causes, there is the supreme nominal entity, and that supreme nominal entity is the Paramapurusha. That Paramapurusha is not something theoretical or abstract. That Paramapurusha is your bigger I, is your greater I, your Supreme Father, your nearest and dearest entity. Here the subject is the nominal cause. Is the nominal cause simply a philosophical figure or figure of science? Or is it nothing but a profound hypothesis? Here the subject is the nominal cause and the personal God. As I told, human approaches are of four kinds. There are four clear aspects of human expressions, of human manifestations. And these manifestations are not only internal, but intro-external also. That is, the process may be from crude towards subtle, or from subtle towards crude also. When a person moves towards that nominal cause, the movement is extra-internal. And when that nominal cause comes in closer contact with his progeny, with his sons and daughters, the movement is intro-external. One may say, for him, there is nothing external, something is internal. Everything is internal. For the jivas, for the created beings, there are both intro-external and extro-internal movements. Yes, for him, there is nothing external, but here the word external has been used in the sense that the movement is external from the nucleus, not beyond the periphery of his minds, but beyond the periphery of his center of action. Similarly, the intro-external movement of human beings is from their cognitive point towards their ectoplasmic manifestation, and these manifestations take place within the periphery of that ectoplasmic body. Nothing is without, everything within. But that extra-internal movement starts from the hub of the ectoplasmic structure and moves towards the cosmic nominal entity, towards the cosmic hub. The movement is psycho-spiritual, and during this psycho-spiritual movement, human beings are moving towards the supreme nucleus. If they know, or if they are under the impression that this supreme entity is a philosophical figure or a figure of science, a figure just like a stool or other inanimate object, then their physical structure may move towards him, towards the nominal entity. Their minds may also move, but their sentiment will not be steered. And just to accelerate the speed, Rather, for the very existence of speed, a sentimental support, a sentimental propulsion is an indispensable necessity. Now, this sentimental support must be based on rationality. Sentimentality based on rationality is the strongest force in the universe. And sentimentality without rationality takes the form of, or rather, the distortion of dogma. Now, what does rationality say? Each and every particle of this universe, from a big mammoth to a small blade of grass, is of his creation and of the macro-psychic connection. Hence, the relationship is that of father and children, father and his loving children, the supreme progenitor and his progeny. There cannot be more than one nominal cause. The supreme nominal entity is a singular one. So the conception of so many gods, so many goddesses, so many ghosts are all based on defective ideas. The Supreme Father nominal entity is a singular entity, and that nominal entity is the loving Father. One's relationship with the loving Father is one of love and affection, is a domestic relationship. There is nothing formal, no sort of formality in it. It is purely domestic, a family relationship. So the nominal cause is not just a theoretical entity, it is your father, your nearest and dearest one. And one should not be afraid of God. One should not be God-fearing. One must be God-loving. One must not be afraid of hell, and one must not have any charm or fascination for the so-called heaven. One must know that one has come from that supreme progenitor, and the culminating point of all sorts of movements is that Supreme Father. Everything cometh from him, and everything goeth back to him. The relationship is one of love and affection, and not of any fear complex. One must not say, "Oh God, I am sinner." You need not say like this. It is superfluous to say like this, because whatever you did is known to him. Then what is the necessity of saying, "Oh God, I am a sinner"? He knows everything. You need not remind him that you are a sinner. And you know, if you always think, "I am a sinner, I am a sinner," then actually you will become a sinner. If you are not already a sinner, because what a person thinks, he or she will become like that. If you always think, "I am a sinner, I am a sinner," then actually you will become a sinner. So what are you to think? What are you to ideate upon? That is, "Oh Father, I am your loving child. I was a bit misguided, now please help me. I want to sit on your lap. I want to remain with you. I want to be an ideal boy, an ideal girl of yours. Just help me. I am very weak and you are the strongest personality." You should say like this. Why should you say, "I am a culprit, I am a sinner, I am a bad person"? And in the social sphere, in the civic sphere, in any other sphere of society, you may be a bold person, but for your Father you are not at all bad. He will always try to save you and rectify you. He has got immense grace for you. So, you should not destroy or distort your career by saying, "I am a sinner, I am bad." Then naturally your Father will be angry. He will say, "Oh naughty chap, I know you are a sinner. What's the necessity of saying that?" So you should remember that the nominal cause, although it is the supreme entity in the entire universe, has a very close relationship with you. That supreme nominal entity is your loving Father. He is not the judge of a court. He is your loving Father. The relationship is purely domestic. Now when one is ensconced in the supreme stance, in the supreme idea, one will be successful in each and every arena of human life. Whatever you will do, like rendering social service, will be fruitful and you will get immense pleasure in it. But if there is no love for the supreme entity, then what will happen? Your work will be fruitless and you will suffer from different kinds of psychic disease, including frustration if you do your sadhana for 10 or 24 hours in a day, but there is no love for the supreme entity. You are simply misusing the time, abusing the time. So the first and foremost thing is that you should always remember that you are not an ordinary person. You have not come from an ordinary family. You have come from the noblest and highest family of the universe, because your father is the most respectable person in the entire universe. So you must not suffer from any sort of defeatist complex, sort of fear complex, or any sort of hopelessness or helplessness, because your father is always with you. You know, the supreme nominal entity maintains the closest relationship with all other apparent nominal entities. The so-called nominal entities and those so-called nominal entities maintain a link with each and every expression of the universe. This indirect link of the nominal entity is called Prota Yoga in Sanskrit. That is, whatever you are doing is indirectly known to him through your direct nominal entity. And not only that, he keeps a direct relationship with you also. Today, we will decorate the hall in a very nice way, as is done in the case of DMC. And when Baba will see those things, he will say, let there be DMC. See, these things have a direct reflection, not on your apparent nominal entity, but directly on the Supreme Hub. Directly on the Supreme Nominal Entity, and he will say, let me satisfy those little boys and girls by declaring a subject of discourse. The link you see is an indirect link with each and every entity through so many nominal entities, and also a direct link with each and every individual, from a mammoth to a blade of grass. So a mammoth cannot move without his grace, and a blade of grass also cannot move without his approval. And this shows that he maintains a link with each and every entity. Nobody is unimportant, nobody is insignificant, each and every existence is valuable. And the life of an old widow of, say, 100 years is also not meaningless. Her existence also bears certain significance. If an ordinary ant dies a premature death, the equilibrium of the entire universe will be lost. Nobody is unimportant, so you must not develop the psychology of helplessness or hopelessness or defeatist complex or fear complex, because the Supreme Father, the Supreme Nominal Entity, is always with you. And that link with the individual is known as Ota Yoga. In the case of the collectivity, it is a Prota Yoga. In the case of individual, it is Ota Yoga. You are never alone, and your goal is that nominal entity, that Paramapurusha, and no number 2 or number 3 or number 4, no gods or goddess, only the singular entity, the God of all gods.